I awaken gently to the quiet unfolding of the morning, the soft, lingering hush that seems to hold its breath with me. The first rays of light stretch across the room, brushing against the walls, slipping beneath the curtains, and touching the curve of my hands as they rest lightly on my lap. I feel the weight of my body grounding me to this moment, my heart beats steady, a slow rhythm echoing the pulse of the earth beneath me. With each inhalation, I draw in the crispness of the morning air, and with each exhale, I release any residue of night's restlessness, any whisper of lingering worry. I am here, fully present, sensing the quiet miracles that surround me. The faint stir of wind outside, the distant hum of life beginning, the subtle fragrance of warmth and possibility. I open myself to your nearness, aware that you are with me even before my thoughts find their voice. My hands rest loosely, yet there is a subtle tension in my shoulders that softens as I acknowledge your presence. I imagine a gentle thread of light descending from above, weaving through the space around me, threading through the crown of my head, wrapping my chest in warmth, settling softly into the pit of my stomach. Each breath carries that light deeper, filling my lungs with calm, letting it travel into every corner of my being. I feel myself becoming a vessel of stillness, a quiet harbor where your guidance can rest, a place where clarity can ripple out from the center of my being like gentle waves across a glassy lake. In this moment, I choose to set aside distractions, to untangle the knots of urgency that often pull at my attention. I let the rhythm of the morning itself guide me, the hush before the sun rises fully, the soft murmur of leaves stirring outside, the delicate shimmer of light on familiar surfaces. I feel the texture of my sheets, the grounding firmness of the floor beneath my feet, the smoothness of my own breath moving in and out. With each inhalation, I sense your wisdom flowing into me, the subtle stirrings of intuition, the quiet assurance that I am not walking alone today. I am a vessel, open to the gentle guidance that whispers between the seconds, in the spaces where words are not needed. I place my awareness in the center of my chest, imagining the warmth there spreading outward in soft waves, touching the small movements of my fingers, the weight of my shoulders, the tilt of my head. I acknowledge the sacredness of this morning, the sacredness of a new beginning, and I sense that every small act, every thought, every intention I set now will ripple outward, touching my day in ways I cannot yet see. I feel my heartbeat as a drum, a quiet rhythm that aligns me with life itself, a gentle reminder that I am here to witness, to receive, to step into what is unfolding with grace. As I breathe, I visualize the light of this new day spilling into me, tracing the contours of my mind and body, dissolving heaviness, smoothing tension, igniting a soft warmth that courses through me like sunlight through water. I feel a connection to something larger than myself, an unseen presence that watches over the slow dance of morning, the tender, unhurried awakening of life around me. I acknowledge that I am part of this unfolding, that my presence matters, that my intentions, offered quietly, carry weight. I feel a sacred thread binding my heart to this moment, to you, to the stillness that precedes action. I allow my mind to settle into the quiet cadence of awareness, letting thoughts drift by like leaves on a gentle stream, acknowledging them without clinging, letting them move naturally downstream. I sense your guidance as a whisper beneath the surface, a soft current drawing me toward clarity, toward a heart that is open, receptive, and ready. I feel the gentle rising of the sun mirrored in my chest, a slow expansion of warmth, courage, and openness. My body, my mind, my soul, they are all aligning with the gentle rhythm of this day, and I feel the sacred weight of that alignment, the quiet power that comes from being fully present and attuned. I pause now in stillness, letting my senses drink in the subtle symphony of morning, The muted shimmer of light on surfaces, the faint scent of freshness and dew, the rhythm of my breathing harmonizing with the pulse of the world. I am aware of the quiet, almost imperceptible hum of life all around me, and I let it remind me that I am never truly alone. Your presence weaves through me, through every moment of this awakening, through the spaces between my thoughts and the silence beneath my heartbeat. I open my heart to the flow of the day ahead, not yet rushing into its tasks, but lingering in this sacred pause where all potential is born. I imagine my mind as a clear pool, untroubled, reflecting the soft morning light, my thoughts settling like gentle ripples dissolving into stillness. I feel a warmth in my chest as I breathe in possibility and exhale doubt, a deep resonance that speaks of your abiding care, your unseen hand guiding the rhythm of the day. I sense the threads of intention weaving through me, delicate yet strong, connecting me to the courage, patience, and wisdom I will need. I let the quiet envelop me, a tender blanket of awareness and gratitude, as I prepare to move gently from this sacred space into the unfolding moments ahead. And so I begin, fully aware of this sacred morning, fully attuned to your presence, letting the light, the air, the rhythm of my body, and the quiet pulse of the world prepare me. I am here, open, receptive, steady. I am ready to meet the day with a heart that is calm, attentive, and surrendered, trusting in the invisible guidance that flows through every small moment. I carry this stillness with me as a quiet anchor, knowing that the essence of this morning, the awareness, the intention, the connection, will accompany me as I step forward into the gentle unfolding of all that is to come. I feel the quiet resonance of the morning lingering within me, like a soft echo stretching outward from my chest. The light has grown slightly stronger now, spilling across surfaces and tracing the edges of familiar objects, as if the day itself is inviting me to align with its gentle rhythm. I sense your presence not only surrounding me, but weaving through the subtle movements of my body, threading through my thoughts, brushing against the curves of my awareness. I imagine each breath as a slow, deliberate wave, rising from the soles of my feet, coursing through my legs, spiraling through my torso, and expanding gently into my arms, my neck, the crown of my head. With each wave, I feel a deepening sense of alignment, a sense that every fiber of my being is attuning to your guidance, to the unfolding possibility of this day. The room feels alive with small, almost imperceptible movements, the faint shimmer of curtains swaying in the breeze, the delicate scent of morning air drifting in through a cracked window, the soft vibration of life that hums beneath all things. I place my awareness fully in these details, letting them anchor me, reminding me that your presence is woven into every corner of the world and every quiet moment I inhabit. I feel a thread of light stretching from my chest outward, connecting me to the wider world, to the life around me, to the unseen ways you are moving through my day. I allow this thread to strengthen with each breath, pulling me into a posture of readiness, a quiet confidence that I am exactly where I need to be. I notice the subtle currents of thought passing through me, fragments of worry, flickers of hope, whispers of expectation. I do not resist them, yet I do not cling. Instead, I let them drift like leaves on a slow-moving river, carried naturally by the current of your presence within me. I feel a deepening calm as I watch these thoughts settle into clarity, as the waters of my mind grow still, reflecting the light of intention, illuminating the path that stretches before me. I sense that in this clarity, I am beginning to understand the flow of the day, not through force, but through attunement, through the gentle willingness to move in harmony with your unseen guidance. My chest rises and falls with deliberate ease, a steady rhythm that mirrors the unfolding heartbeat of the morning. I imagine that with each exhale, I release tension, resistance, and the subtle weight of expectation, letting it dissipate like mist in the early sun. With each inhalation, I draw in courage, patience, and clarity, a reservoir of strength that fills me from the inside out. I feel these qualities as tangible warmth in my body, a lightness that rises from my core, moves into my limbs, and settles like a gentle sunbeam across my shoulders. I sense that this alignment is not only within me but also around me, that your guidance forms a protective halo, a subtle current that nudges me forward, that reminds me to walk gently, but with intentionality through every moment of this day. I open my senses further, attuning to the textures and sounds of the world that had seemed ordinary until now. The floor beneath my feet feels grounding, solid and real, and yet it hums with possibility. I hear the distant stir of life, a bird's faint song, the whisper of leaves against one another, a gentle vibration in the walls of this quiet space. Each sound, each sensation, becomes a thread connecting me more deeply to this present moment, to the life you have breathed into the day. I feel a soft warmth radiating from my chest, like the first rays of sunlight on skin, reminding me that I am not only here, but alive, capable, and ready to step fully into the rhythm of the hours ahead. I sense that the alignment I am cultivating is like the rising tide, lifting me gently but inexorably toward clarity and purpose. I picture myself as a vessel, open at the top, receiving your wisdom, your guidance, your presence as it flows in like water filling a calm lake. I feel this water pooling in the hollow of my chest, moving into every crevice of my being, dissolving tension, softening edges, and preparing me to move with intention. I imagine ripples extending from me, subtle movements of energy that reach outward, touching the day in ways I cannot yet see, a quiet influence born from the stillness and alignment I cultivate in these sacred moments. In this rising awareness, I allow gratitude to seep into my bones, a quiet, luminous feeling that illuminates even the smallest details of the morning. I sense the gift of breath, the gift of movement, the gift of light touching my skin, the gift of the unseen protection that surrounds me. I feel each blessing as a gentle vibration in my body, as if my heart is quietly humming in response, resonating with the rhythm of your presence. I notice that gratitude is not just a thought, it is a living, moving force, shaping my posture, my breath, the cadence of my heartbeat, and the openness of my mind and spirit. I let this sense of alignment deepen, drawing me into a soft, steady readiness. I feel the subtle courage that comes from knowing that I am guided, that I am held, that my steps are part of a larger unfolding. I imagine the day stretching before me like a river, whose currents I can choose to navigate with awareness, patience, and gentle determination. I feel the smooth flow of possibility, the glimmer of direction, the quiet assurance that I am capable of meeting each moment with grace and clarity. Each breath nourishes this alignment, and with each exhale I let any lingering hesitation slip away, replaced by the soft, persistent strength of trust. I sense now a gentle intertwining of courage and peace, as if they are two currents merging within me, steady and unshakable. I feel a warmth gathering in my chest, expanding outward, settling into my shoulders and arms, radiating through my fingers and toes. I imagine this warmth as threads of light connecting me to the day, to the people I will encounter, to the tasks I will meet, each thread imbued with the quiet blessing of your presence. I am aware that alignment is not only stillness, it is readiness, a gentle power born from attunement, patience, and trust. I let this readiness fill me completely, a quiet reservoir I can draw from as the morning unfolds. And so I linger in this space, sensing the integration of body, mind, and spirit, feeling the quiet strength of alignment settle into every part of me. I am awake, attentive, attuned, and ready. I feel your nearness as a subtle current flowing through me, guiding me without force, inviting me to move gently yet deliberately through the unfolding day. I rest in this quiet certainty, knowing that the foundation of this morning, presence, alignment, courage, clarity, is now established, a firm ground upon which the rest of my day will unfold. I feel the quiet current of the morning still flowing through me, a soft, steady pulse that carries both light and warmth into every corner of my body. I notice the strength in my posture, the way my spine supports me like the trunk of a tree rooted deep in the earth, standing firm even as the world stirs around me. With each breath, I sense courage rising within me, not as a loud or forceful feeling, but as a gentle heat radiating from my chest, moving slowly into my shoulders, my arms, my hands. I imagine this courage as a rising sun, spreading its soft golden light across the horizon of my being, illuminating possibilities that were hidden in shadow, warming my resolve, and reminding me that I am ready to meet the day with steady intent. I open myself fully to this courage, letting it mingle with the quiet stillness of my awareness. I feel it as a subtle vibration in my body, like the hum of a distant bell, resonating in my chest and echoing outward into the spaces around me. It is a courage grounded in trust, in knowing that I am held even when the path before me is unclear. I allow this energy to fill me completely, moving into every thought, every decision, every small action I will take today. I feel it as a deep, flowing current, steadying me, strengthening me, reminding me that I do not need to rush, but simply to move forward with presence, with awareness, and with the soft power of intention guiding my steps. The light in the room grows warmer now, shifting and flowing like a gentle tide across my skin. I sense that this light is not only external, it is mirrored within me, rising from the core of my being, weaving through my chest, my arms, my hands, filling me with a quiet resilience. I imagine it as threads of gold, wrapping around my inner strength, reinforcing it, expanding it, preparing me to face whatever moments may come with steady eyes and a calm heart. I notice how these threads reach outward from my heart, brushing against the edges of the day ahead, subtly shaping the rhythm of my actions and the tone of my thoughts. With each breath, I feel more anchored, more connected to this quiet power, more capable of stepping into my day with intention and confidence. I let my mind wander briefly to the moments that may challenge me today. I do not seek to control them, nor do I fear them. Instead, I imagine them as currents in a river, each one moving at its own pace, each one carrying lessons and opportunities. I picture myself gliding along these currents, my body relaxed yet alert, my mind clear yet open. I feel the courage within me as a steady rudder, guiding me through gentle waters, around stones and ripples, keeping me balanced, calm, and attuned to the subtle shifts in the flow. I trust that your presence moves with me, a quiet companion, offering guidance, wisdom, and a shield of grace. I notice the rhythm of my breathing, slow and deliberate, like waves lapping gently against the shore. With each inhale, I draw in clarity, courage, and patience. With each exhale, I release doubt, hesitation, and fear. I sense the space opening within me, a quiet expanse that allows intention to settle, like seeds planted in fertile soil. I feel these seeds taking root in the warmth of my chest, nourished by the light of your presence and the soft energy of my breath. I imagine them growing, slowly yet surely, becoming sources of strength, insight, and compassion that will guide me as I move through the morning. I feel the subtle energy of the day pressing gently against me, not as a demand, but as an invitation. I sense it as a soft wind brushing against my skin, carrying scents, textures, and sounds that awaken my awareness. I allow my senses to drink it in fully. The faint rustle of leaves outside, the cool touch of the air on my cheeks, the distant murmur of life beginning elsewhere. Each sensation is a thread that connects me to this present moment, reinforcing the courage and clarity that have taken root within me. I feel a gentle alignment between my inner rhythm and the pulse of the morning, a harmony that carries me forward with grace and quiet confidence. I place my awareness on my hands, feeling their weight, their warmth, the subtle pulse of life running through them. I imagine them as instruments, capable of creating, shaping, and holding. I feel the courage in my fingertips, a quiet steadiness that reminds me I am capable of intentional action, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. I sense this same courage moving upward into my arms, my shoulders, my chest, reinforcing my capacity to face the day fully, to move through its moments with awareness, and to respond rather than react, guided by a deep inner steadiness that flows from you. I envision a soft golden light surrounding me, forming a protective aura that does not isolate me, but rather strengthens my courage, focus, and clarity. It is a living shield, woven from threads of awareness, intention, and divine presence, moving gently with every inhale and exhale. I feel its subtle weight, comforting and grounding like sunlight pooling around me in gentle waves. Within this circle, I sense that all I encounter today will be met with clarity, patience, and grace, that each interaction, each choice, each movement will be guided by a heart attuned to your presence and a mind calm yet fully alert. I linger in this space, feeling the gentle hum of courage and readiness vibrating through me. I sense that my heart, my body, my mind, they are aligned, poised, and steady. The morning itself feels like a living entity, wrapping around me, carrying me forward, whispering that I am exactly where I need to be, exactly as I need to be, and fully prepared to walk into the day with calm strength and quiet resolve. I let this awareness settle into my bones, into the rhythm of my breath, into the soft movements of my hands and shoulders, knowing that the courage I cultivate now will ripple outward, shaping my day with steady, grounded intention. And so I remain here, anchored in the warmth of courage and the light of alignment, sensing the gentle readiness that arises when presence, intention, and divine guidance converge. I am prepared to move forward, carrying the quiet strength of the morning within me, trusting in the subtle currents that flow through my heart, my mind, and my actions, knowing that every step I take today is touched by your unseen hand and imbued with the steady grace of awareness. I feel the courage I have gathered settle into a quieter form now, like embers glowing steadily beneath the surface, warming me from within. From this place of steadiness, gratitude begins to rise naturally, not forced or spoken aloud at first, but felt as a soft expansion in my chest. I notice how the morning has continued to unfold around me, the light now fuller, more confident, spreading across the room and revealing textures I hadn't noticed before. The grain of the floor, the subtle shadows along the walls, the way the air itself seems to move with purpose. I let my awareness rest on these simple gifts, and I feel thankfulness taking shape in my breath, in the gentle lift of my shoulders, in the quiet ease of being alive in this moment. I allow gratitude to move slowly through me, like warm water filling a vessel drop by drop. I feel it in the steadiness of my heartbeat, in the reliable rhythm that carries me from one moment to the next without asking anything in return. I feel it in my lungs as they expand effortlessly, receiving air again and again, faithful and constant. I acknowledge the gift of this body that holds me, supports me, and allows me to experience the world through sensation and movement. I sense your care woven into these ordinary miracles, reminding me that I am sustained in ways both seen and unseen. As gratitude deepens, I picture it as a soft field of light spreading outward from my center, not bright or blinding, but gentle and consistent, like morning fog illuminated by the sun. This light touches memories, circumstances, and even uncertainties, softening their edges. I find myself grateful not only for what feels easy or comforting, but also for the growth shaped by challenge, for the quiet strength developed in moments that once felt heavy. As Scripture reminds us, there is meaning woven through all things, and I trust that even what I do not yet understand is held within your greater wisdom. I let this gratitude ground me more fully in the present. I feel the weight of my body again, the way gravity holds me securely, the way the ground beneath me offers silent support. I imagine roots extending from the soles of my feet, reaching deep into the earth, anchoring me in stability and trust. Through these roots, gratitude flows downward, releasing tension, releasing comparison, releasing the urge to rush ahead. I feel calmer, steadier, more at home within myself, aware that appreciation is not something I must search for. It is already here, alive in this breath, in this moment. I turn my attention inward, noticing how gratitude changes the texture of my thoughts. Where there was once sharpness or urgency, there is now space. Where there was noise, there is now a softer hum. I sense my mind becoming more spacious, like a clear sky after clouds have thinned, allowing light to pass through freely. I welcome this clarity gently, knowing it does not require effort, only attention. Gratitude becomes the lens through which I begin to see the day ahead, not as a list of demands, but as a sequence of opportunities to move with intention and grace. I feel thankful for guidance that does not shout but whispers, for direction that unfolds step by step rather than all at once. I sense your presence as a quiet companion walking beside me, steady and patient, never rushing me forward, never leaving me behind. This awareness brings a sense of emotional safety, a feeling of being held even as I stand on my own. I allow that safety to settle into my nervous system, calming any lingering tightness in my jaw, my shoulders, my chest. I feel myself soften, becoming more receptive, more open to the flow of the morning. Gratitude continues to widen within me, touching the people who will cross my path today, even before I meet them. I imagine threads extending from my heart, connecting gently with others, not pulling or entangling, but simply acknowledging shared humanity. I feel thankful for these connections, for conversations yet to happen, for moments of understanding that may arrive quietly. I sense that gratitude prepares my heart to meet others with patience and kindness, creating space for listening rather than reacting, for presence rather than judgment. I take another slow breath, noticing how the air feels slightly warmer now, how the day has moved forward without haste. I feel thankful for time itself, for the way this morning has allowed me to arrive fully rather than rush. I recognize that this pause is a gift, one that sets the tone for everything that follows. In this space, I feel emotionally balanced, neither pulled backward nor pushed forward, simply centered, aware, and grounded in what is real and available now. I allow gratitude to settle into a quiet hum beneath my awareness, like a low note sustaining a melody. It does not need constant attention, it simply remains, steady and supportive. I trust that this feeling will resurface throughout the morning, reminding me to return to presence whenever my mind begins to wander or tighten. I sense that gratitude itself is a form of protection, shaping my perspective, softening my responses, and keeping my heart aligned with what truly matters. I remain here for a moment longer, breathing gently, feeling the fullness of this grounded thankfulness. The morning feels welcoming, open, and alive with possibility. I carry this gratitude with me as an anchor, a quiet strength that steadies my emotions and prepares me for greater clarity. From this place of appreciation and grounding, I feel ready to move deeper into awareness, trusting that what comes next will be met with patience, openness, and calm resolve. With gratitude resting quietly within me, I feel a natural clearing begin to take place, as if the space inside my mind is being gently tidied by unseen hands. The morning light feels sharper now, more defined, outlining the edges of the room and sharpening my awareness without overwhelming it. I notice how my thoughts slow, how they begin to arrange themselves with less effort, like scattered pages settling into an ordered stack. I sense clarity emerging not as sudden insight, but as a gradual brightening, like fog lifting from a familiar landscape, revealing paths that were always there. I turn my attention inward, listening not for noise, but for the subtle signals beneath it. the quiet knowing that lives below words. I feel this knowing as a steady pressure behind my chest, a calm center that does not rush to answer but waits patiently to be noticed. I open myself to this guidance, trusting that I do not need to force direction or strain for certainty. As Scripture reminds us in spirit, wisdom often arrives gently, when the heart is still enough to receive it. I allow myself to rest in that stillness, confident that what I need to know will surface at the right pace. I imagine clarity as a clear stream flowing through me, cool and refreshing, washing away residue left by yesterday's concerns or tomorrow's expectations. This stream moves through my thoughts, smoothing sharp edges, loosening tight knots of indecision. I feel it pass through my chest, my shoulders, my neck, releasing tension I did not realize I was carrying. With each breath, the water runs cleaner, quieter, until my inner landscape feels open and unobstructed, ready to reflect truth rather than distortion. I notice how clarity changes my relationship with the day ahead. Instead of appearing heavy or crowded, it now feels spacious, like an open field just after sunrise. I can sense direction without seeing every detail, like a path marked by light rather than signs. I trust that I will recognize each step as it arrives, that I do not need to solve everything in advance. This trust eases my mind, allowing focus to replace worry, and intention to replace pressure. I bring my awareness to my eyes, imagining them not only seeing outward, but inward as well. I ask for the ability to perceive clearly, to recognize what deserves my attention and what can be released without regret. I feel this clarity sharpening gently, like adjusting a lens until the image comes into focus. The world does not become louder, it becomes more coherent. I sense an inner alignment between my values and my actions beginning to take shape, guiding me toward choices that feel honest, grounded, and steady. I feel clarity settle into my breath, making each inhale purposeful and each exhale deliberate. The air feels clean, as if infused with direction itself. I notice how my body responds. My posture straightens slightly, my jaw relaxes, my movements become more intentional. I sense that clarity is not only a mental state, but a physical one, influencing how I occupy space, how I move through the world, how I respond rather than react. I allow this clarity to extend toward the decisions I will face this morning, both small and significant. I picture each choice as a doorway, and clarity as the light spilling through the correct opening, showing me where to step. I trust that I will not miss what is meant for me. That guidance will appear through intuition, timing, and subtle nudges rather than forceful signs. I feel reassured, knowing that I am not required to be perfect, only attentive. I sense clarity also bringing honesty, the courage to see things as they are, rather than as I wish them to be. This honesty feels gentle, not harsh, like clean air filling a room that had grown stuffy. I welcome this truthfulness, knowing it frees energy that would otherwise be spent resisting reality. I feel lighter, more grounded, more capable of responding wisely to what unfolds. I imagine my mind now as a calm sky, pale blue and expansive, with only a few slow-moving clouds drifting across. These clouds are thoughts, passing naturally without blocking the light. Beneath them, clarity remains constant, a stable presence that does not depend on conditions. I rest in this awareness, knowing I can return to it at any moment throughout the morning simply by breathing and remembering this stillness. I take a moment to acknowledge that clarity does not remove uncertainty, but it changes how I hold it. I feel more patient with the unknown, more willing to walk forward without guarantees. There is strength in this patience, a quiet confidence that I am guided even when outcomes remain unseen. I allow that confidence to root itself within me, anchoring my thoughts and steadying my emotions. I remain here briefly, breathing slowly, letting clarity integrate fully into my awareness. The morning feels balanced now. Gratitude beneath me, clarity before me, courage within me. I sense that I am being prepared gently, layer by layer, for the movement of the day. From this place of clear seeing and calm understanding, I feel ready to welcome protection, trust, and steady readiness as the morning continues to unfold. I feel the clarity I've received settle into a deeper calm, like clear glass cooling after being shaped by gentle heat. From this calm, a sense of protection begins to form, not sharp or defensive, but steady and encompassing, like a quiet shelter that moves with me. I imagine it as a soft boundary of light surrounding my body, close enough to feel personal, wide enough to feel free. It does not separate me from the world. It steadies me within it. I sense your care in this protection, not as something that isolates me from challenge, but as something that keeps my heart anchored and my spirit intact as I move forward. I bring my attention to my breath again, noticing how safe it feels to inhale deeply, to exhale fully. With each breath, I feel this protective presence strengthening, like layers of warmth settling gently over my shoulders. I imagine it wrapping around my thoughts first, filtering out what does not serve me, unnecessary fear, comparison, harsh self-judgment. My mind feels quieter, less exposed, as if the noise of the world has been softened before it reaches me. I sense that I am being guarded not from experience, but from being overwhelmed by it. I feel this protection move downward through my body, settling into my chest and stomach, the places where tension often gathers without my noticing. There is a subtle release there, a loosening that feels like trust. I imagine a steady hand resting lightly at my back, offering reassurance without pressure. This presence reminds me that I am supported, that I do not need to brace myself against the day. I can meet what comes with openness, knowing I am held in ways I cannot always see. I picture protection now as a gentle current flowing around me, like water moving smoothly around a stone in a river. The stone remains grounded and unmoved, while the water adapts, flows, and continues on. I feel myself as that stone, centered, steady, and secure, while the day's events move around me without eroding my peace. This image brings a sense of quiet confidence, a knowing that I can remain myself regardless of external movement or unexpected moments. I become aware of my senses again, noticing how protection sharpens awareness rather than dulling it. Sounds feel clearer but less intrusive. Light feels present but not harsh. Even my thoughts feel more measured, arriving with space around them. I sense that this protection allows me to stay present without absorbing what is not mine to carry. I feel permission to observe without taking on unnecessary weight, to engage without losing myself. I allow this protective presence to extend into my emotional space. I imagine it cushioning my heart, giving me room to feel without being consumed. I know emotions may rise today, some gentle, some challenging, and I trust that I can experience them without being pulled off balance. This protection feels like an inner steadiness that reminds me I am more than any single feeling, more than any momentary reaction. I feel safe enough to be honest with myself, to feel deeply while remaining grounded. I sense protection also shaping my interactions with others. I imagine a soft clarity surrounding my words, helping me speak with intention rather than impulse. I feel guarded from misunderstandings that arise from haste, from reacting before listening. There is a quiet strength in this, a boundary that allows connection without depletion. I trust that I can offer kindness without overextending, presence without losing clarity, compassion without carrying burdens that are not mine. As Scripture reminds us indirectly, there is a peace that guards the heart and mind when trust replaces striving. I feel that peace now, not as something distant, but as something active and alive within me. It does not demand perfection or constant awareness. It simply remains, ready to steady me whenever I remember to breathe, to pause, to return inward. I imagine this protection extending slightly ahead of me, like a soft light, illuminating the next few steps rather than the entire path. I don't need to see everything. I only need enough light to move forward with care. I trust that this guidance will adjust as needed, responding to the rhythm of the day, the choices I make, the moments that ask for patience or courage. I feel reassured knowing I am not walking unguarded into uncertainty, but accompanied by wisdom and care. I notice how my body responds to this sense of safety. My shoulders drop. My breathing deepens. There is less urgency in my movements, more intention. I feel less compelled to defend myself against imagined outcomes. Instead, I feel prepared, quietly, steadily prepared, to meet what comes without panic or withdrawal. This readiness feels rooted in trust rather than control. I let this protective awareness settle fully, becoming part of my posture, my breath, my attention. It feels natural, like a second skin woven from light and calm. I know I can return to this feeling throughout the morning, especially when things feel rushed or uncertain. It is not something I must recreate. It is already here, waiting to be noticed. I remain still for a moment longer, sensing the balance now present within me. Gratitude grounding me, clarity guiding me, courage strengthening me, and protection surrounding me. The morning feels steady and welcoming, no longer something I must prepare for, but something I am already equipped to enter. From this place of safety and trust, I feel ready to step further into the day, carrying this quiet protection with me as a constant, gentle companion. With protection resting quietly around me, I feel a natural softening take place, as if my whole being is given permission to move more slowly, more deliberately. From this steadiness, patience begins to unfold, not as waiting without movement, but as a deep trust in timing. I sense patience like a wide horizon opening before me, spacious and unhurried, allowing the day to approach me rather than demanding that I chase after it. I breathe into this space and feel relief spread through my body, a release from the pressure to anticipate everything at once. I notice how the morning itself models this patience. The light continues to rise without urgency, shadows shifting gradually, never abrupt. The air feels settled, as though even the world is moving at a measured pace. I let my breath mirror this rhythm, slow, even, unforced. With each inhale, I welcome steadiness. With each exhale, I let go of impatience that once lived quietly beneath my awareness. I feel my nervous system responding, easing into a calmer state where trust replaces tension. I imagine patience as a soft fabric draped gently over my thoughts, smoothing sharp edges and quieting inner urgency. It does not dull my focus. It refines it. I sense that patience allows me to see more clearly, to listen more deeply, to respond with intention rather than haste. I feel grateful for this shift, recognizing that patience is not passive. It is a form of strength that holds me steady when outcomes are not immediate or visible. I turn my attention inward again, noticing where impatience often arises. Perhaps in my chest, my jaw, my hands. I gently bring awareness there without judgment. I imagine warm light flowing into those spaces, loosening tightness, inviting ease. I remind myself that I do not need to rush to be worthy, to be effective, or to be enough. I feel your presence reinforcing this truth, steady and reassuring, reminding me that growth unfolds at its own pace. I picture my day now as a series of stepping stones across calm water. I do not need to leap from one to the next. I only need to step carefully, trusting that each stone will appear when I am ready for it. This image brings a sense of ease to my chest, a quiet confidence that I am supported between steps. Even if I pause, even if I linger, I am not falling behind. I am moving in rhythm with what is meant for me. I feel patience settling into my emotions, giving me room to experience them without being carried away. If frustration arises, I trust it will pass. If uncertainty appears, I allow it space without demanding immediate resolution. I sense that patience creates emotional resilience, a buffer that keeps me grounded even when circumstances feel unclear. This steadiness feels like deep roots, holding firm beneath shifting surface conditions. I become aware of how patience influences my interactions with others. I imagine myself listening fully, without interrupting or preparing my response too quickly. I feel more open to understanding perspectives beyond my own. There is a quiet generosity in this patience, a willingness to give moments the time they need to unfold. I trust that this openness will bring more harmony into my conversations and decisions throughout the morning. I sense patience extending into my sense of purpose as well. I release the need to have everything defined or resolved right now. I accept that some answers arrive gradually, through experience rather than explanation. This acceptance brings peace rather than anxiety. I feel reassured knowing that clarity will continue to develop as I move forward, just as the morning continues to brighten without effort. As Scripture reminds us in spirit, there is value in waiting that refines the heart and strengthens trust. I feel that refinement happening now, quietly, gently, without struggle. I allow myself to rest in the understanding that patience is not delay. It is alignment with timing beyond my control, yet perfectly suited for my growth. I notice how my body responds again. My movements feel smoother, my breathing deeper, my posture more relaxed. I feel less compelled to hurry, more inclined to move with care. This readiness feels sustainable, not draining. I sense that patience is conserving my energy, preserving clarity and focus for what truly matters. I remain still for a moment, letting patience fully integrate into my awareness. It feels like a calm companion walking beside me, reminding me to slow when needed, to pause without guilt, to trust the unfolding process. The morning now feels balanced and grounded, infused with trust rather than urgency. From this place of patience and steady trust, I feel increasingly prepared, not rushed, not tense, but ready. Ready to engage, ready to respond, ready to move forward with calm assurance. I carry this patience with me as a quiet guide, knowing it will support me as the day continues to take shape, moment by moment, in its own gentle and purposeful way. With patience now settled within me, I notice a deeper layer of trust beginning to take root, like seeds pressing quietly into rich soil. This trust feels steady and unhurried, unconcerned with immediate proof. I sense it growing beneath the surface of my awareness, strengthening me in ways that do not need to announce themselves. I breathe into this feeling and allow it to spread, feeling supported not by certainty, but by confidence in the unfolding itself. The morning seems to lean toward me gently, as if assuring me that I am not required to carry the weight of everything alone. I imagine trust as a wide river flowing beside me, calm on the surface yet powerful in its depth. I do not need to control its direction or speed. I simply walk alongside it, aware of its presence, drawing reassurance from its steady movement. This river represents the guidance that carries me forward, even when I cannot see what lies beyond the next bend. I feel comforted knowing that even pauses and slow stretches are part of its design, shaping the journey with intention. I turn my attention to my heart and notice how trust softens it. Where there was once subtle guarding, there is now openness. Where there was tension, there is space. I feel less need to brace myself for disappointment, less urgency to anticipate outcomes. Instead, I feel emotionally resilient, able to meet whatever arises without collapsing inward or hardening outward. This resilience feels like a flexible strength, like branches that bend gently with the wind rather than breaking beneath it. I sense trust settling into my breath again, deepening each inhale, lengthening each exhale. The air feels supportive, as though it carries reassurance with it. I notice how my thoughts feel less crowded, less demanding. They move more slowly now, like clouds drifting across a broad sky. I do not chase them or push them away. I let them pass, knowing that clarity and direction remain beneath, steady and unchanged. I imagine myself standing on solid ground, even as the world continues to move. This ground is not rigid, it is living, responsive yet firm enough to support my weight. I feel this grounding beneath my feet, traveling upward through my legs, anchoring my body in presence. I trust this foundation, knowing that no matter what shifts around me, I can return to this centered place by breathing, by noticing, by remembering that I am held. I feel trust extend into areas of my life that feel uncertain or unresolved. I picture these areas as unopened doors, each one waiting patiently. I do not force them open. I allow them to remain as they are, trusting that when the time is right, clarity will arrive naturally. This acceptance brings a surprising sense of freedom. I feel lighter without the need to resolve everything immediately, more at peace with the process itself. I sense emotional resilience growing stronger now, like a steady core within me that remains calm, even when emotions shift around it. I know feelings may rise and fall today, but I trust my ability to stay present with them rather than being overwhelmed. This resilience feels like a quiet assurance that no experience will define me completely, that I can move through moments with awareness and grace. I imagine trust as a soft light glowing within my chest, constant and warm. It does not flicker with circumstances, it simply remains. This light guides me gently, illuminating the next step without demanding that I see the entire path. I feel grateful for this kind of guidance, subtle, patient, and deeply personal. It feels aligned with the rhythm of my own breath and heartbeat. As Scripture reminds us indirectly, there is strength in leaning into what cannot be fully seen, and I feel that strength now. It does not make me passive, it makes me steady. I feel capable of acting when needed and resting when required. I trust my discernment to know the difference, trusting that wisdom often reveals itself through calm awareness rather than urgency. I notice how this trust influences my sense of readiness. I feel prepared not because I know everything, but because I know I am supported. My body feels relaxed yet alert, my mind clear yet open. There is a quiet confidence in this balance, a sense that I can adapt without losing myself. I feel emotionally equipped to engage with the morning as it continues to unfold. I remain here for a moment longer, letting trust and resilience settle fully into my awareness. The morning feels steady, welcoming, and alive with possibility. I sense that I am being shaped gently, not rushed, not pressured, but prepared. From this place of trust and inner strength, I feel ready to move toward purposeful action, carrying calm assurance with me as the day begins to open wider before me. I pause once more, aware of how far this morning has carried me already. Not in distance, but in depth. I feel grounded, steady, awake in a way that is gentle rather than forced. The light around me feels settled now, no longer arriving, simply present. I take a slow breath and notice how naturally readiness has formed within me, without effort, without strain. I feel aligned in body and mind, my thoughts clear enough to move forward, my heart open enough to remain kind. There is no rush in me, only quiet willingness. I sense your guidance not as a command, but as a calm assurance resting beneath every intention I carry. I trust that as I step into the morning, each moment will meet me at the pace it requires, and I will meet it with steadiness and grace. I hold awareness of protection, patience, and clarity together now, like three gentle strands woven into one strong thread. This thread moves with me. It does not bind or restrict. It supports. I feel ready to engage, to listen, to act when needed, and to pause when pausing is wiser. My breath remains slow. My attention remains here. I offer this morning, not as something to conquer, but as something to walk through with care. I trust my steps. I trust the quiet wisdom guiding them. I carry forward calm courage, grounded presence, and a heart tuned to what matters most. I rise into the day gently, fully present, steady and prepared, knowing I do not walk alone.